Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bets.net Challenger Series. Let's get into map number 2 between Sprout and forZe. Hopefully, my clean feed should be working more than fine for this next map, as Sprout set themselves up to win the knife round and get their choice aside. Probably CT starting. In general, they have had, well, pretty balanced results when it comes to their T versus CT rounds, but of course, as is standard, as is tradition, they will opt to go for a CT start here on Inferno. Now, obviously they had a bit of a rough map over on Train. It was not the best of times. And that's just to say the least. They got absolutely bodied when forZe were on the CT side, and when Sprout were on CT side in and of themselves, didn't really go that well either. So they're hoping for a better performance here. It really is kind of a bit of a mystery as to why they decided to pick Train, because Train was their map pick when they had plenty of other options in the pool, like Inferno, for example, which actually ended up being forZe's pick. But obviously, you can't have everything in the world, and, well, I have to think about this match of its own individual accord. Inferno is a very good map for Sprout, beating the likes of Godsent and Kinguin and Epsilon, the old Swedish Epsilon, which is still a capable roster of its own accord. And of course, they've had a LAN experience on this as well, in the likes of the Mage that they faced Cloud9 on it. And although they didn't actually end up winning against Cloud9, they still took a decent fight to them. Versus forZe, who have won this map a couple of times. But again, nothing compared to the experience that Sprout have on it. So I imagine this will be a relatively decent map for Sprout. It's going to be straight into the pistol round that will go here. The defuse kit on NATO Sapphics, the 2 smokes in for Crystal and NATO himself, a flashbang on Crystal playing support, and vice versa, utility heavy setup for forZe. They've got a couple of different smokes out, a flashbang for Jerry, and forZe, as you saw right there on the screen, will be going straight into the B banana position as they get ready for a hit and execution, if you will. Smokes to go down, I imagine, for coffins and standard CT cross, as you expect in most of these basic pistol executions. And here we go, face crack, first man in, Innocent gets the first frag, connects the second and the third headshot. Easy, easy as for him, as the C side just runs straight into the lone CT player, well out on the B bomb site. They've got a lot of control as well. They know exactly where this bomb is. Fiat's going to get caught off guard by Spiddy, and that leaves Little alone. A 1 versus 5. He'll tap his way through, but surely there's nothing that he can do. Just 30 seconds left for him to try and make something of this round, and eventually Spiddy will come in with a backstab, take him out of the action. Simple headshot with the USP, and Sprout, by the hand of a single man, essentially, will be able to take a very, very clean round. I don't think they lost a single player in that one. An easy enough ordeal as they go into their buy-ups. forZe, of course, didn't get the bomb plant. That was one of the first kills that dropped against them. CZs, the P250s, coming back out for them. A little bit of Kevlar and helmets on a couple of players. But again, nothing significant, nothing that will challenge up against the M4s and the SMGs that Sprout have to play with in this round. They are set. They are ready to shut down forZe as they make their way into the defaults here. Particularly forZe out to the apartments. Dennis is covering off short. NATO Sapphics covering off long. They've got Spiddy out towards pit just in case. Now, smoke's going, flashbangs away. Incendiary to counteract from NATO Sapphics as he burns and takes face crack out of the action. Sviat will be able to trade him, but Crystal's there to support. There from Arch side, 2 for 1 overall to the favour of Sprout. The pistols are doing some damage, but outside of that, very, very little going towards their favour. Only the 1 frag. See if Little can take Innocent. Nah, not quite. Not today. Innocent holding down B banana just as well as he held up the B site on the pistol. That's 2 for 0 from the favour of Sprout. forZe have a little bit of saved cash, but I don't imagine that they'll be able to get a full buy here as standard. Of course, this is the second of the conversion rounds, so this should be, in theory, an easy round for Sprout. We'll find out whether that will be the case in a short couple of moments. A P250 for Little. If they can steal this round away, then I'm sure they would be very happy with it, forZe. But again, for Sprout, this should be an easy enough affair for them. Dennis straight out into the apartments, taking Jerry. Knows where Face Crack is. I don't know if he knows where Little is. Still will get the grenade down to try and flush him out of position. Doesn't actually do the damage that he wants to, so Little will actually be able to take him out. But again, kills coming in from the rest of the players. Spiddy and Innocent. Taking 2 more to a 2 versus 4. NATO Snaffix picking up face crack, close range here in the apartment, shuts him down, and that's Sprout. First control, early control, and now full control of this round. Still just Little left alone in the 1 versus 4. Tapping his way with a P250, could find a headshot, maybe even a kill against someone, but again, I do not expect this to be a very decent affair for him. Fully blind as they make their way out of Banana, out of mid, and straight into his face. A 3-0 start here for Sprout. A good job taken so far in this matchup. The buy-up round coming into play now for forZe, and the AWP is instantly in towards mid, looking for NATO Snaffix, and he will find it. The AWP immediately down by the hands of forZe. Sprout had a very difficult time of keeping NATO Snaffix in a decent position to shut this whole thing down. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to do a whole lot with this AWP with the last map. Let's see if he can do something here. Of course, he's already taken down in the first rifle round, so they haven't got to worry about him, but the AWP is picked up by Dennis, so that may be a small factor to worry about. He's playing in towards short, as you can see on your screens. Flashbanged over. Oh, but a good flash counteracting. Keeps FaceCrack at bay for a couple of seconds, but not long enough for him to take that frag. 3 versus 3 as Spitty does trade. XSE takes him out to open up the short position. The bomb will go down on the A side. Crystal desperately tries to look for a frag. They're both extremely low on the T side. And there should be a very easy round for them as a result. The flashbangs go over. Sprout take their time with this one. They've got M4s to play with, but they've got an AWP in the hands of one of these T sides. So this could be a very easy still opportunity for them. 2 AWPs still in play. AK picked up by Crystal. They know where he is. Incendiary to go down, trying to see if he can flush out, but no, it lands on the haystack, which means that it won't go on towards anyway. He doesn't spot Little, but he turns 180 to take up XSE. Eventually, Little comes back and takes the first round for the favour of forZe. The AWPs do lock out a decent amount here. First frag to the favour of the T side, of course. In that default, Sprout may have to think about where they want to put the likes of NATO Snaffix again. And they're not going to be going in with full by force-ups here, actually. They've got a couple of players who are significantly lower than the high rollers of Sprout. So they're just going to go with some upgraded pistols and eco around. Allow forZe to take a second, but try and come back in the third and deny them evening up that scoreline. Maybe decently if they can put these Eagles to work. They could actually take a little bit of damage that would put forZe on reset point. But so far it is just Innocent getting peeked on, dinked up, and pushed back towards the B-bomb site. Meanwhile, the CTs have actually made their opportunities to go creeping up towards second mid, and they actually could catch off one of these players. Sviat is in a very, very dire position. The shots come through, and the USP does get the first frag. That's an AK they can recover, as meanwhile the execution comes in towards the B site. 3 players there to lock this one down, but will they find it is the question. Molotovs together, shots on shots with an Eagle. Innocent gets 1, face crack goes falling, and Jerry with there to trade, but Crystal's got himself 2 alongside NATO Snaffix. They lock down the whole round, and they don't need a rifle force to make this work. Basic pistols is all that's required. 4-1 to the favour of Sprout as they steal a conversion. Not conversion, sorry, an eco back away from forZe. I'm going to call them merely at tactical. And they've done this a lot as well, you know. This is a tactical pause that forZe love to take, no matter if they're on the front foot or the back foot. They will use the full extent of the pauses that they have available to them and decide on where they would like to go. Unpause in 5 seconds as we are getting ready to go into round number 6 now. forZe not going to opt to force it down. Of course, they have been reset, so... Actually, no, they're going to go for a force buy, so pistols regardless still, but a little bit extra Kevlar, a little bit extra utility to be working with. This could be a decent execution into the B-bomb site. Here we go. M4s, AKs, a Galil for Spitty, and AWP for NATO Snaffix. Falls straight into the B-banana position. Counter flashbangs come together, and Crystal's ready with the Incendiary to keep them at bay, but only keeps them at bay for a few seconds. forZe actually go ahead and back out after seeing early resistance using all their utility out towards this B default. They're just going to leave it for nothing. They're just going to have absolutely nothing to be there for. Counter smokes will be baited out from the CT side, but it's still got a ton of utility left to work with. We go peek out. Nato Suffix catches face crack, shuts him down. Dennis gets one more trade as well, but they're not accounting for this CZ or this AWP. Nato Suffix will just pick himself 3 easy frags under that one. And unfortunately, the for's force spike doesn't work out the way that they would have wanted it to. All 5 players staying alive for 5 rounds on the board for Sprout. There is 2 Zeuses in play as well, as our observer would love to point out. Sprouts. I'm not sure whether they want to do this just to rub it in, or whether they actually picked up those Zeuses from the likes of forZe's force spike. I don't think I saw any Zeuses in that last round. It mostly was CZ's P250s and I think a Deagle on 1 player. You have to forgive me, my short-term memory ain't that great. Just for the moment. It is an easy enough affair for the Sprout side. At the very least, there will be 1 frag coming in for Jerry's pistol, but the rest of them unable to do anything much more. And just get decimated by the hands of Dennis. 3k for him with like a little spray. And Sviat is the last man there. Bomb on his back at least, but peeking up towards this Mexico position. Won't be able to deal with Innocent. Innocent shuts him down. That's 6-1 to the favour of Sprout. A much more confident map compared to the likes of Train. The AWP for AKs coming out. The AWP 3 M4s and 1 AK coming out for Sprout. We go straight into this one. It's Nato Suffix with the first wallbanger straight down from the apartments. Little will trade out Crystal. Innocent's going to try and take out 1 more, but up against Facecrack eventually. This AK will deal with him and they'll open up the B bomb site. Spiddy is on rotation quick and Incendiary to come down, but he misses the grenade shot on Facecrack as Fiat shuts down Dennis towards the backstab. It's 2 versus 4 to the favour of forZe. Smokes at the ready utility. Oh, that's a great grenade. What? How did that not take... How did that not do any damage to Nato Suffix? Okay, I'll accept it for the moment. But... okay, 100 HP on both players to retake the AWP and the M4. Sprays come out, they know where Speedy is, they don't know there's Nato Suffix instead of back him up, but they're running out of time for this retake. They desperately have to find a frag. Eventually Jerry will pick off Spiddy, however, and that's going to be it basically for this retake. This will be a second round of the board for forZe. Nato Suffix, he can't sneak in. He might be able to get 1 frag on Facecrack, but not finding anyone near this bomb. They've got to back off. Is he going to survive it? No is the answer to that question. It's going to be a 6-2 scoreline to the favour of Sprout. forZe in with the 2 rounds, building back up based off of what they had before. Obviously, both of those rounds have been reset so far, so... AWP for Nato Suffix, first man in, looking for the first shot, as well as Little with his AWP for his side. Up towards mid, out towards Banana, they try and find the first default frag, but the grenades are just doing their damage. Eventually, it's Innocent to get himself 2 frags, where he's traded back by Sviat. Crystal shut down by Jerry, though, staying alive at 22 HP, and once again, forZe forced the issue back here towards the B bomb site and open it up for a plum. Nato Suffix is here, trying to cover it off. We'll hear the bomb going down, but with this AWP, needs to find Jerry towards the back lines. Dennis spraying together. This time they have the assistance of 1 more player for this Sprout retake. 3 versus 3, and Jerry still peeking up. We'll also have to try and force them away. He's low on HP, but he's taking the brunt of the fire here from Sprout now. Flashbangs go over. So it looks like a bit more of a decoy, but Spiddy will eventually be able to take down Sviat Jerry's forced back. Molotov towards Dark. This is going to burn him alive, and he will fall to the hands of Dennis, but they've got to get on site quick. Little's ready and waiting right here. He'll peek out, try to shut down the bomb planter, but they will shut him down. But have they got enough time? This is very... No, they don't. No, they do. Never mind. Sapphics sticking it and just about holding on to the round for Sprout. A reset against forZe, but a bomb plant means they could still buy it. Regardless, still, that was very, very close from Sprout. They took a lot of time to get that retake in effect. And as a result, if that kill came through with the AWP, then that would have been, well, probably nothing available for the Sprout side. Force out coming in from forZe. 4 rifles, one of which is an AWP, and the CZ is on Sviat. So, careful about where this round goes here. Molotovs go down. Face crack is starting to peek up towards the apartments. Eventually backed up by Sviat as he tries to take point here on this early forZe default. They've just got apartments control. And actually a flashbang with a smoke. The Molotov's going to force him out of position out in the open. He's going to burn a little bit more than that which he was expecting. The fire spreading further than the T player was expecting it to go. 4 players here to deal with on the A side, so they've got to be careful about how they approach this one. They've already gained short control. I say that, but face crack has been forced right back. And again, just emphasizing the point, you know. Loads of players to this A bomb site compared to just the one over on B. Eventually, forZe will rotate back towards a more standardized default. 2-1-2 for banana mid and A positions. And forZe could still go towards this A bomb site. They have actually, using this presence towards the B bomb site and the banana position, have actually managed to force a rotation away. And as a result, that's now just going to be 2 players to be dealing with on the A site. You can hear them all rotating. Face crack and co. Slowly peeking up. Now, Sapphics has 1 AWP ready to shut them down. So first face will be the end of the life for the player that faces him. Molotov's flashbangs, and now Sapphics takes down Sviat, and now they try and deal with him. They will be able to take him out towards short, but Spiddy's still here towards the pit position, taking out Jerry, stalling for as much time as possible. Takes down 1 more, looking for his triple, can't quite get it, but Little has to get on the bomb site now. He's got to get the plant down, and gets there with a second to spare. 3 versus 2 retake now up for Sprout. Dennis almost caught off guard by the AKs. Again, they got the man advantage here, Sprout. Time is ticking away. They've already got 1 defuse kit, so they have to work quickly and they have to ensure that Innocent doesn't fall. Very scrap weed up with by Dennis, and Crystal actually lands a wall banger. That's an interesting POV I'd love to see. How did he find that angle? It'll be 8-2 to the favour of Sprout. I'm assuming maybe you saw a pixel and maybe just put the AWP shot straight to him. But either way, so a stomping lead that Sprout have taken. Again, above the forZe T side means that they are in good stead for the moment here. Very little economy, only 2 rounds of loss bonus to be working with as well. Should be easy enough. Try and deal with this one for the most part here. Across the board will go, just pistols. No armor except for Little. I think Jerry may have had a bit, but not now. Sprays out. Oh, Innocent, it's easy. Little does take him out at the very least, but the bomb has been dropped. Crystal misses his AWP shot and only takes it with a 1 HP. The P250 can't finish him off. Backup's got to arrive because these pistols and this AK actually from XSE that he's managed to pick up could still be able to take out that AWP, but they do get a bomb plant. So for an eco round, that's not that bad, but Crystal, you can see he's extremely frustrated with his shooting skills. Going to try and figure out a way to make it up on this one. He's currently bottom fragging for his team. Admittedly, that's more than can be said for the top fragger of the forZe side. Now, forZe up now with a bomb plant on an eco round, have a little bit of cash to work with, and they'll go in with a single AWP setup on XSC. 4 AKs outside of that, and Crystal's going to take his double AWP setup straight into the aggressive peak. Only burning a little bit thanks to the Molotov. Doesn't spread all the way around the stack, so he can get out of dodge relatively easily and just about scot-free. Still taking a bit of damage, but it's Dennis to take a lot more as he takes out FaceCrack with the first pick. NatoSaphix misses his AWP shot, falls back towards the A bomb site, but Crystal's got this one on lock. And the AWPs will try and bracket them in, and Innocent getting a kill on Little actually turns it to a 2 versus 5. And Dennis spots out Jerry, but can't connect the full frag. So finally the T's will make something happen. Up against the rest of this CT side force, they're pushing towards the B site, should be relatively easily shut down. AWP out for Crystal, hearing footsteps to his left. Innocent will be here to cover him off, and Crystal will have to adjust as appropriate. Innocent will be watching in towards this Coffin's position. Good grenade. XSC is low, as is Jerry now, the last man remaining. We'll take the AWP out, but Innocent should be able to recover that. 3K for him as he takes a brunt of the defensive. Actually doesn't manage to get the AK or the AWP. So the second tactical being taken by forZe. You understand why. Innocent has done a lot of damage so far, up to round 12. 16 frags at the moment versus forZe. You can see the top frag is still on just 6. 6 kills for Jerry and Little each, compared to the bottom frag of Crystal, who's on 7 for Sprout. This is just a complete whitewash at the moment for the CT side. And considering that forZe, their ratio balance of rounds tends to favour the T side, that doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. I'll be honest, guys. I will be honest. They will force the issue out for this round, however. I think that's 4 rounds of lost bonus now for forZe. P250s and CZs. XSE, the first man in to take the frag, but Spiddy and NatoSaphix will trade them right out. NatoSaphix misses his second AWP shot. But Jerry will trade him, but Spiddy once again in the back lines, inserting himself from the apartments, but they're still keeping this relatively even. Eventually, Sviat falls, leaving Jerry alone for a 4K clutch, but with this AWP out, he could just find it. 2v1, 5 HP. 1 shot per kill for every player in the server, but Jerry needs to land it on the body and not the legs. Here's them out towards mid. They'll hear the bomb plant coming out, so they'll set up as appropriate. Surely this should be an 11th round for Sprout. He actually go aggressive with 5 HP. And Innocent doesn't even need any bullet accuracy. You can just jump spray in the air. His bullets will fly everywhere, but 1 should connect, and from there it should be a very easy affair for the Sprout CT side. 11-2 so far. And forZe, what do you do in this situation, really? Like, you know, you had such a good train map as well. Like, the confidence brimming from this squad. The confidence brimming from the Russians must surely be starting to slip. And look at those stats. It's been a very, very good game from the likes of Sprout. And double AWP setup out for forZe here. Not advisable on the T side, but again, at this point, what more can you do other than pull out the final major setup that you haven't tried just yet and see if it works against Sprout? So far, the defaults won't amount to a whole lot of significant damage. Just Jerry down by 5 points of health. But that's all. Just 5 points. 95 still left for him to work with. Everybody else is completely unscathed early on. Execute coming in, FaceCrack will be able to take down Spiddy at least. That's the first frag to the favour of the T side, but Dennis trades, he's traded right back, so a 2-for-1 overall. He's now got to deal with NatoSaphix here on the site. No backup is on its way. They're going to be covering off aggressive on the B banana position. That's a very smart move because look where they've rotated Jerry, taking Innocent. It's all Crystal now. And then NatoSaphix can't even move from this position because he's got to cover off A site in case this is a fake. And lo and behold, look at what it is. Hearing footsteps here towards the apartments. Little will give away his position, but bait out NatoSaphix into the open where they can more easily kill him here on this entry in towards mid. But if he lines up the bomb plot, then this could be very, very ugly indeed. Up now from forZe, peeking in towards long. 20 seconds will remain as the smokes go down. He gets missed by NATO Safix, who once again is still not hitting his shots. Now going to peek back in towards the apartment, shuts down Little, looks for one more man close, flicks on through, but Jerry takes him out. Crystal quick to the scene to respond, trying to take the bomb planter down, but he just can't do it. It's going to be a third round on the board here for forZe. Round 15 comes into fruition. Once again, NATO Safix back on this AWP, and Sprout have a economy built for Legends at the moment. They have a lot of money to play with here on the CT side. Meanwhile, forZe have the double AWPs in play based off of the round that they won in the last one. They've got to put it to good effect. They've got to make a fourth round work here if they want to have a chance at the CT side. In theory, they still could, considering the pistol buffer bonus, but that's it. You know, that's all they've got going for them at the moment. So a fourth round will be nice to mount a comeback. 11-4 is extremely workable here for forZe. Early on in this round, the defaults go to the favour of Sprout as they've tagged FaZe Crack to 7, Jerry to 50. Just on utility basis alone, I think a little bit of blind spraying through the apartments and through the banana position as well. Flashbang's over. FaZe Crack will not take a bit of damage from it. And a little taking point on this particular position, but he could get shut down with this AWP at this kind of RNG and Spitty. 40 seconds remaining. Smokes go down, Molotov's out, Spitty's going to rotate back towards the A bomb site itself and get ready for the force push, but it's still so indecisive on where they want to go. It looks like it might be a B hit, but they've got two players here towards A trying to sell the fake at the moment. Meanwhile, Utility is coming out towards the CT cross. Dennis will pick up FaZe Crack. Little will fall, and now it's all up to the three T side players remaining. Flashed off. Conceded for a couple of seconds. Innocent will take advantage of it to take down Sviat, dropping the bomb. Rotate back away to try to see if he can bait Jerry, but Jerry will take him down. Crystal, fortunately, is here, and NATO Safix has arrived on the scene to take the final frag of the half and to take the 12th round on the board for Sprout. Up against 3 of forZe. Once again, it's not been a very good T-side half. And considering where things are going, you got to wonder, you know. How plausible is this CT side for forZe? Are they going to be able to take it over the edge? Or are they going to fall to pieces right here, right now, on the pistol round? They've only got a pistol round to stay alive. Else that will be it, and Sprout will be taking us to a third map, and it will be a very decisive second map victory for them as well. forZe out with the defuse kit on XSC. Flashbang for him as well. Little's got a flash and a smoke and a P250 ready and waiting for him. Meanwhile, Sprout have got two players on the utility, no upgraded pistols, no raid bosses. Just two smokes, a flashbang, a HE, and a Molotov across Crystal and NATO Safix, and full Glocks out for this T side. Go into the B-bomb site, into the banana position. FaZe Crack is ready and waiting for someone. Spots Innocent, taps up a couple of times, but is unable to get the frag. Once again, Jerry also hit towards the flower pot boost. This was pretty decent from Sprout in the early part of the first half to pick apart the forZe CT side. Here we go. Molotov's going on through. FaZe Crack with the USP out towards Dark and Epsilon. Trying to take headshots, but he just can't even land a single one. Finally, Jerry and FaZe Crack connect two frags as Dennis and Innocent do fall. Spitty held back towards the arch side, but NATO Safix will be dealing with a lone CT on the bomb site. The bomb will go down. One man advantage for forZe on this retake, and two players with no armor. This is not looking good for Sprout, but they've got to land these headshots. They want to stand a chance right here. Siak takes down NATO Safix. Flashbang has come through. Jerry makes his way on towards the site. Crystal's dealt with just as quickly. And Spitty is down and out. It will be a fourth round for forZe. A pistol round for forZe. And a lifeline for forZe. As they hold on to this CT side for a couple of good rounds here. Sprout got the bomb plant, but they're going to go for a force buy in this round. Now, this is questionable, to say the least. Usually, in a round situation like this where you've got the bomb plant on the pistol round, as many of you will know, you just save when you get the rifles out a round early. But Sprout want to try and force us away from fours, which could end up meaning you're going to have to delay the rifle round by 1 round instead. Well, FaceCrack's just making mincemeat of them coming into this one. Trades go back and forth, but it's a 3 versus 2. Favor to fours. Smokes go animals across, but it's awkward as hell. Crystal trying to lock out a good kill against XSE as his smoke leaves a massive gap. The bomb does cross. They do pick up an M4 to be working with on the part of Spiddy, but just the HP advantage is so much for forwards right now. So they make their way in. Little will get 2 simple shots with his P250. And that's all he needs to shut down the remaining Sprout players. They did get the bomb plant, however. This was an eco round. And that would mean they have a fully defined rifle round in the next one. Unfortunately, they have to eco 1 more time with this bomb plant to get the AKs out in the standardized round 19 buy. And 2 Zeus's coming out for Sprout once again. We pointed this out earlier. Where the CTs like these Zeus's, but Spinny and Crystal may be looking for a little bit more down aggressive positions. Innocent's going to be looking down much more long-range angle to pick off one of these 2 CTs here. Shots out with the Eagles, but eventually they will get picked apart, so it's all just Spiddy and Crystal trying to make their way in. Spiddy could spot Sviat. Sviat spots him instead. So dropping him with a low HP, he's got to get the Glock out, try and get this frag. And actually, Crystal does pick up Little, does get a FAMAS to be working with. It's only a FAMAS now. And a flashbang for him to try and make this push right, to try and do whatever damage that he can. And unfortunately, it will only be the 1 frag. 6-12. The Germans have a bite, and you can see it coming out here. The 5 AK-47s, a smoke, 2 flashbangs coming out for Spiddy. Actually, full sets coming across 3 players individually. No AWP potential just yet, but that can all change the next couple of buy-ups. Double flash smoke for Innocent, double flash Molotov for NATO Suffix. Love that. Into the default they'll go here towards Banana. Shots on shots ring through and the grenade landing. Ooh, a lot of damage onto Innocent there. Sprout once again grouped up towards this Banana position. Trying to find an opening frag, but so far they've just met a little bit of utility and bullets. forZe holding passive on this B-bomb site, as you can see. Face crack on the Epsilon boost. Jerry there to take point as they round the corner. And Sprout actually will go for this B here. Are only 2 players to be dealing with after all. If Crystal can lurk for long enough and keep them placed on this B-bomb site. A very good round for them regardless. 45 seconds remaining. And they're starting to push up, ready for the CT side. Face crack going to spot him. Oh, but the timing of the utility is awful. Dennis will shut him down, and he gets his double kill on Jerry. 5 on 3. Little now up to challenge. The first responder spraying as well on through. Innocent hears it, but Dennis just sprays through the smoke and shuts him down. 3 kills for him for the entry. And there's no defensive to be had because forZe have already thrown in the towel. They're back towards the ace bomb site. 5 versus 2 retake is virtually impossible on B. With a FAMAS and an AWP in hand, I just don't see it happening. The T's will go hunting. And Sprout will look to try and shut forZe entirely down for a 13th round on their T-side board. forZe at the very least have made this relatively convincing in the pistol conversions, but I think this may be where the hype train ends. That being said, though, their money line's looking kind of okay, so there may still be a buy-up as long as its AWP stays in play. Nah, it's not going to happen. Actually, no, there's still enough money here to get the double AWP set up out of it. It means that FaceCrack and Jerry may have to go glass cannon. Well, FaceCrack can only get the Kevlar out, but Jerry will definitely have to go glass cannon, and yeah, that's exactly what they're going to be doing here. Two AWPs in play. XSE, Little, with the big green guns and the two M4s with Fiat and Jerry. A FAMAS drop for FaceCrack as they try and buy down. They try and force down into this one. Not a lot of money for not a lot of lost bonus. I try to go in Little. Oh, can't get a good angle on them here. Burns a little bit. Not too significantly down on his HP advantage. Sprout. And the default once again. Oh wow, I actually put the AWP back on Jerry, so it's two glass cannons. I didn't even spot that. This could get ugly for forZe. This aim punch. How will it affect them as Sprout aggress these AWPers? One's on B, back towards the coffins, the other one on your screen. He's looking in from outside. Crystal's just making noise. Again, lurking for Sprout, ensuring that forZe don't rotate. The second AWP comes into play, then suddenly it's getting a little bit more ugly for them. 27 seconds now for this push. It looks like Dennis will lead the way in. The AWP will rotate eventually. FaceCrack on top of the fountain. Dennis is not going to spot him. Speedy will, and he will take his head off his shoulders to open things up. But the AWP does rotate in time to shut down Dennis. Jerry also close here on the coffins. Try and land this one shot, and he will be able to do so. He burns very, very low, but stays alive regardless to a 3 versus 3 as Crystal picks up one and shuts down the A site entirely. Now it's all to defend the retake as he rotates to join his teammates. There are two players here, so actually if the AWPs push aggressive, then they could still find their opportunities, but you just got to be worried about this aim-punching glass cannon. Shots on shots ringing out. XSE is going to get dealt with, and Jerry is now alone back towards CT. Cross speed is going to slow peek him. It doesn't even matter because his AK can do it in 2. A 14th round will sit to the favour of Sprout. And the third tactical pause will get called by forZe. Two rounds of lost bonus for them here, and they've got to decide whether they're going to force buy and try and deny this match point, or whether they're going to save the 3 rounds of lost bonus. Even then, it's going to be a very flaky buy. And they're going to go for the eco, so makes a lot of sense. Now they're going to have to be on a 9-round win streak after this round forZe. This is not looking good. Sprout will be looking fantastic though. AK is out for 4 players, AWP for 1 more. Speedy will get the first frag. Quick headshot towards the apartments to take down Sviat. There's a little bit of HP for it, but nothing major. A minute and 10 still left. For Sprout to make the all-important call. We're going to hit B. We're going to hit A. A is probably the weaker one as well. If you can smoke off this cross towards long, then that basically suppresses both the CTs. They're going to rotate all the way around to short. Now somebody's taking down XXC. And that's it. Jerry will pick off Dennis at least. The Lurker goes falling, but now Little has a job to do, and he's just not going to be able to do it. Nato Sapphics AWP out, shuts him down. A bomb site in complete control, and now they're just going to focus on saving this AK for forZe. It is a relief of investment. Again, the buy will not be strong for the CT side. Jerry Can't get the frag, so Face Crack is just left alone. The last remaining CT player to save his AK. Will Innocent take him out is the question. Yes, he will. So sadly, forZe don't get much out of that eco. No damage, no saved weapons. It's just the 4K mark by. Jerry could get the AWP out. Again, it will be glass cannon though, so he's going to opt not to. So 5 M4s to go into what could very easily be the last round of the half for forZe. The last round of the game, for that matter. Of course, this is map 2. If Sprout win this next round, it will be a third map. Will go to Mirage. And I'll be honest, the Mirage outlook for forZe does not look fantastic. It is one of Sprout's better maps. It's one of the top 2 maps in their pool versus Mirage. Is not exactly a fantastic map for forZe. Playing it a bunch of times but losing it pretty direly, so they do need to take this map. I believe they need to take this map to win out the series, but so far it's just a 1-for-1 trade. Little will be able to take Crystal out at the very least, but the teams will make their way in, and actually they're trading to the man advantage. Eventually Innocent equalizes to a 2 versus 2, and NATO Staffy's got the AWP to lock out the long position here from Pit. Innocent goes aggressive towards short, and forZe do need to make this retake work. They've got a defuse kit on Jerry. He peeks in, spots Innocent, sprays him down, but is unable to get the frag. Jerry spotted, sprayed, taken. Scrap will get the trade back again, and that's a 1 versus 1. AWP for one single shot, and of all times for NATO Aesthetics to land it, it would be then that he needed to land it. 16-6 will be the scoreline to the favour of Sprout as they take us to Mirage here in this series. The German squad having a very good shout into the night. So we'll go to a very short break, and Mirage shall be the battleground. The outlook does not look fantastic for the likes of forZe. But let's see if they can pull the miracle upset to progress into the semi-finals as Mirage is after this very short break here for the Bets.net Challenger Series.